Hi friends, it's Michelle Maddox with Sedona Meditation Experiences with this week's episode of Sedona Meditation Adventures. It's my weekly show that comes out every Tuesday where I come out and explore the beautiful outer terrain of Sedona, Arizona while exploring the inner terrain of yourself and talking to you about going within and meditation, and also guiding you through a short meditation practice. So welcome. And what a crazy ride it's been this last week, and I think probably for the weeks to come as we confront coronavirus here in the United States. The name of the game this week seems to be social distancing, and the CDC and other health professionals are encouraging everybody to stay in. Put yourself in kind of a state of retreat, and don't go out into crowds, don't mix and mingle, because the virus could be active for a few weeks before any symptoms are evident. And during those 2 weeks, you could be spreading the virus unknowingly to other people. So to help keep that from getting any worse than it already is, distance yourself socially. And I'm here today on top of a mountain in Sedona, and I just want to show you how the desert does social distancing naturally. So I'm going to show you some of the trees around me. And maybe you can notice how they're separated from one another. Can't really turn all the way around because there's a big cactus right by my feet. But you can see all around me these juniper trees that are kind of spaced far apart from each other. And if you look at any particular species here in the desert, you're going to find a similar pattern. Whether it's the cactus or trees, there's just not a lot of resources here. And so the plants have to kind of spread out. They find their own place where the resources allow them to grow and thrive. And if somebody else comes too close, then both of them are going to suffer. So nature naturally finds this balance, this community that it can support based on the available resources, and then the types of plants that can grow in response to that. So it's a beautiful lesson, and again, how nature shows us how to be. And at this time of epidemic, it's a little bit different. It's not the desert, and we're not trees, but still, we can distance ourselves. It doesn't mean we have to completely be secluded, but it does mean that it's best to avoid as much physical contact with other people as possible for your well-being and the well-being of your community. It's not about you. It's not about me. It's not about each of us. It's about the community. So I encourage you to pay attention and practice your social distancing. So this brings up so many issues dealing with this pandemic. I know for myself there's been a lot of feelings moving through me. It's almost like there's this dormant seed that has unknowingly been watered, and now it's growing. And there's some old memories, not in my lifetime, but maybe in my ancestors' lifetimes, that I have inherited through that ancestral connection, or through past lives, if you prefer to think of it that way, where we have lived through these kinds of experiences before, and maybe been very scared, maybe suffered, got sick. We've seen it all. We've been through it all on that level. And now here we are, embodied in the lives that we have, and we're confronting this again. And so it's bound to bring up a lot of issues. It could be the issues that I just mentioned, maybe fears of, what could happen if this thing gets really bad, fears of being sick, fears of your loved ones being sick, the fear or confusion or panic of business as usual just not really being an option. And then seeing how other people respond can be inspiring a lot of feelings in you. Seeing the hoarding, seeing the greed. A lot of the hoarding is happening so people can resell their items elsewhere for a much higher price, which some of the big online retailers are trying to put a stop to, but that's kind of what's going on. It's not that they're hoarding to keep their own stash of hundreds of bottles of hand sanitizer. It's that they want to profit and try to make a quick buck and sell what they bought for maybe a few dollars for many times that. So you just see a lot of behaviors, that are confusing and disappointing and sad. And because we're social beings, it can speak to us. It makes us think that we need to start hoarding toilet paper or clearing the shelves of beans and rice or whatever. So, just interesting time to observe. Observe what's happening around you. Observe what's happening within you. How are you responding to all this? And maybe there's a little bit of shock. I think that's a very natural response to what's happening right now, a bit of shock. And because of that, there's trauma. And so you want to be very careful when you're in a state of trauma about what you're listening to. Maybe limit your use of social media or just the news in general. There's a lot of misinformation out there. There's a lot of people that think they know and they're really spreading bad information. Still a lot of questioning of science in our country, which is a shame, because if there's ever been a time where we need to listen and trust science, it's now. So, just mentioning a few of the things that have been true for me. So I have a tendency to want to consume more media, find out what's going on, feel a sense of connection. But then I start getting all these weird messages from people that, have very wrong ideas about what to do, or they think it's all a conspiracy, or it's okay to go out if you're not sniffly. All these different misconceptions, and it can confuse everything. And I just realize more and more that what's true for me is just to take time and retreat. That seems to be the message that's going on right now. Slow down. It's not going to be business as usual for a while, and if it hasn't hit you yet, it's going to. Here in Sedona, this is a tourism economy, and tourism is just crashing all around us. People are canceling their trips. Tours are being canceled. I haven't led a meditation experience in quite a while, over a week, and usually March is the busiest season. And yeah, that's sad, but there's a bigger picture here. There's a bigger picture that we're all part of. So it's almost as if we're asked to pause our individual stories, put that on hold for now, and step back and just retreat as best as you can. Try not to worry about where's the money going to come from, how am I going to pay the bills, what am I going to do if school's canceled and the kids are home, and so on and so on. There's going to be a way, and you may not be able to concoct it all in your head. You may have to surrender and trust and not get caught up in the fear as best as you can. And so again, meditation is such a powerful tool to help you find a safe harbor in this crazy storm that's brewing all around all of us and blowing through us, as well as it stirs up our own emotions and messes with our own thinking. So, just talking about it all feels so stressful right now. It's been a wild time. So I hope that you're safe. I hope that you have what you need in your home, that you're, cleaning your home, you're washing your hands. Some of the best advice that I've received is to change your clothes after you've been outside, interacting, however much you're interacting. When you get home, take off those clothes, put them in the wash, and put on clean clothes. Of course, that happens after you wash your hands, and then you wash your hands after you do that. But you want to try to, clean away any virus that may get on you from things you touch, and then you touch your doorknobs, you touch your keys, you touch your house, your clothes, are out there getting sneezed on or brushed up against and everything else. So please just practice good hygiene, extra good hygiene. Okay, so how about if we meditate? And for me, a lot of my meditations this week have really just been to calm myself down, just to help, breathe, get calm, and maybe explore some of the feelings that I have moving through me. Notice where I have tension. Notice, where I feel a feeling. Maybe there's fear gripping some part of me. Or maybe I'm just disgusted, with the way all this is being handled. whatever. But it's important to get in touch with your feelings. Don't bottle them up. We know that when you bottle up your emotions, it weakens your immunity. So this is a time to, as best you can, try to get out of the state of trauma. Try to get out of that and really soothe and calm yourself so that you can be available for yourself and others during this time of crisis. So I invite you to make yourself comfortable. And if you're out in nature, out in your yard, depending on how locked down you are, you may not be out and about, but you can see here I'm out in nature. I've got Cathedral Rock behind me once again. Often I have Cathedral Rock in the background. It's kind of a central rock here in Sedona. This time on a different side of town where it's very remote and quiet. So go ahead and make yourself comfortable, and I invite you to close your eyes, and let's begin by taking a few conscious breaths. So breathe in and fill up your belly, chest, and throat, and then fully exhale. And at your own pace, take 3 or 4 breaths just like that. And as you exhale, just let go of the static, of the fear, of the noise. And allow yourself to come and be settled in this moment. And now allow your breathing to become natural. You don't have to control your breath. And without judgment, notice the quality of your breathing. Does your breath feel like it's deep or shallow? Does it feel like it's flowing freely and smoothly? Or does it feel like it's getting caught because you're clenching somewhere? Remember, no judgment. Simply observe what your breath is doing in your body. And see if you can allow your breath to calm you down. Just stand back, be the observer, and witness your body intelligently, inhaling and exhaling. Your body is of this world. It knows how to respond. And you don't have to control it. In fact, it works so much better when you don't control it. When you step back and just let your body be the miracle that it is. Your body is made of earth. Your body knows how to weather any storm. And you've probably seen your body weather many storms. You've been injured and seen your body heal. You've been ill and seen how your body fights off the illness and comes through it. And you've been healthy and radiant in your health and seen how your body responds. continue observing yourself breathe. You can wonder at the miracle that is your body, that is your breath. This breath has been with you from the beginning of this life. This breath is how you interact with the atmosphere. Breathing in all the different gases and exhaling the gases that you no longer need. And this all happens without your conscious mind having to do anything. And as you breathe, just notice where in your body you have feelings. Notice where there's some tension, where you're clenching. And just observe. You don't have to do anything. But just witness what it feels like there. Explore the sensation of that tightness, or whatever it is you're feeling. And as you breathe and feel, bring some awareness into that feeling. It's like shining a light in a dark room. Shine light on what it is you're feeling. And see if your body can tell you. It's not something for your mind, it's something for your body. And whether the story unfolds of what the fear is, or you simply are able to watch that fear dissolve as you shine light, it's okay. Just notice what's happening within you. And let go. Just as each breath teaches us the lesson of taking in and then letting go. Let your feelings go. Let them move through you, just like a breath. We'll meditate here for a few moments. And just continue to breathe and feel what's within you. And let the light of awareness shine in those tight, dark places of fear, anxiety, uncertainty. And just let the spring air help move those feelings through you. Feelings are meant to be felt and released. You don't have to pack them around. as I breathe and feel the feeling in me, I feel it in my heart. And at first it feels like a fear, it's tight and afraid. And as I sit with it and breathe into it, I witness that fear opening up and really turning into love. Love that wants to shine forth. And it's okay to let your light shine forth in these times. You're not obligated to feel afraid. But feel that fear, breathe through it, and see if maybe there's love or something else hiding at the core of that feeling. Were you able to meditate? I hope so. Nothing makes me feel better these days than sitting down and just being with myself. There's something very nurturing about knowing that I can be there for myself. I'm not just going to leave myself in panic mode and check out, but I'm actually going to go in there and explore and try my best to feel and understand and release so that the love can shine through. So it's important to feel the feelings. You don't want to just pretend that everything's okay. It's called spiritual bypass, right? It's not a good way to be. You want to feel the feelings, be real with yourself. And if they're scary feelings or they're dark, heavy feelings, then work with them. Find the light that lives inside of those feelings when you release them. Replace that feeling with love and light. I hope you're safe and well, my friends, and I hope that you're enjoying seeing some of nature. It's still spring. We still have our season, and it's absolutely beautiful. I know that it's going to be a while before I'm able to take groups out to enjoy meditations again, but I look forward to when I can do that. And in the meantime, I'm exploring the opportunity to take you out this way and do experiences live, where we're sitting in nature, connected in virtual space, but not physically together. So until next week, I hope that you are well and that you have a blessed and safe week. Thank you for joining me. Goodbye for now.